Thanks for hanging out with Jimmy again. Today we've got a little special episode. We're going to take a little tour of various hospitals around Fort Worth. Some of them still working, existing. Some of them do not. Some of the buildings aren't there anymore. Some of them are. So hope you enjoy the video. Sit back, relax. Let's roll. The first hospital built in Fort Worth was the Missouri Pacific Railroad Hospital, built in 1883 to serve the railway workers and their families. In 1885, the Mother St. Pierre Cinquin, Mother Superior of the Sisters Charity of the Incarnate Word of San Antonio, agreed to have her order take charge of the nursing program. The hospital burnt within a few months after the sisters arrived, but the railroad rebuilt it and continued to operate it until 1889, when they moved all the patients to Sedalia, Missouri, and sold the hospitals to the sisters for $15,000. And the sisters renamed it St. Joseph Infirmary on May 12, 1889. Then in 1990, they changed the name to St. Joseph Hospital, and then operated it until 1995, when St. Joseph Hospital was sold to the HCA Hospital Corporation, and they operated as Alzheimer's unit until 2008, when the hospital was demolished, and on the site of the parking lot now is a parking lot. And JPS built a new emergency room also on part of the land of where the St. Joseph Hospital was. The second private hospital in Fort Worth was located at Main and Railroad Boulevard, now known as Vickery. It was known as a Protestant hospital, but by 1924, it became known as the Baptist Hospital. And then 1943, it was again renamed as the Pennsylvania Avenue Hospital here in Fort Worth. So this hospital has gone through several name changes over the years, as most hospitals do. The third private hospital in Fort Worth was the Clay Johnson Sanitarium at Lamar and 6th Street in 1907. And then 1924, it became known as Southwestern Hospital. Then in 1957, the name again changed to Doctors General Hospital. And then 1967, it became known as the Fort Worth General Hospital. In 1906, All Saints Episcopal Hospital opened the doors at Magnolia and 8th Street, the southeast corner. Then they remodeled it in 1846, and it was moved to the southwest corner of 8th and Magnolia. In 2003, Baylor Hospital acquired All Saints Episcopal Hospital. It became known as Baylor All Saints Hospital. Then in 2013, Baylor merged with Scott and White Hospital and is renamed Baylor Scott and White All Saints Medical Center. The Florence Sanitarium was built by Dr. E.J. Beale on West Broadway. I don't have the exact date, but it was named the Florence Sanitarium after the wife of a good friend, Dr. C.M. Peake, the first civilian doctor in Fort Worth. Fort Worth's first free baby hospital opened in 1918 at 2400 Winston Terrace near TCU, and was eventually renamed Fort Worth Children's Hospital. In 1961, it moved to 1400 Cooper Street next to Harris Hospital. And W.I. Cook Memorial Hospital opened in 1929 for women and children. Then in 1985, it merged with Fort Worth Children's Hospital and became Cook Children's Medical Center. In 1919, Dr. Riley Andrew Ransom moved sanitariums from Gainesville, Texas to Fort Worth, giving Fort Worth its first hospital for African Americans. Originally, this hospital was at 5th and Grove Street, downtown. It went through several name changes over the years. Originally, it was Booker T. Washington Sanitarium, then renamed the Negro Baptist Hospital. In 1930, it moved to 12th Street and became Fort Worth Negro Hospital. In 1938, it was renamed the Ethel Ransom Memorial Hospital at East Terrell. And his wife had died the previous year. She herself was a nurse. The Fort Worth Sanitarium is another institution that was here in Fort Worth, Texas. I don't have much information, but they were advertised that they give rational methods of treatment, such as they were given in Battle Creek, Michigan, Boulder, Colorado, St. Helena, California. The climate's ideal, the rates are reasonable, the facilities the best that can be had, both surgical and medical cases. In 1894, the Fort Worth Medical College was located in downtown Fort Worth at the corner of 4th and Jones Street. It became affiliated with TCU in 1911, only to be moved to Dallas in 1918 to become affiliated with Baylor Medical Center. Then this hospital became known as the City County Hospital, which the building still is standing today. Camp Bowie was established in 1917 as a training facility for the 36th Division, preparing soldiers for battle for World War I. It operated from 1917 to 1919, basically in the area circled in red. The base hospital was in the area that was circled in blue. And then in 1912, Dr. Charles Harris opened the Harris Clinic around the area of Rosedale and 5th. And Methodist Hospital, which was just north of it, was built in 1930. About 1937, Methodist Hospital became in financial difficulties, so Dr. Harris purchased Methodist Hospital and renamed it Harris Memorial Methodist Hospital. And then in about 1997, Texas Health Resources was formed and joined with Harris Methodist, Presbyterian Hospital in Dallas, and eventually Arlington Memorial to form Texas Health Resources Health Systems. Harris became known as Texas Health at Harris Methodist Fort Worth. The hospital still runs today and is operated. And these are some of the old pictures of the hospital. Man, it was a beautiful building. This hospital had actually caught fire at one point. Look at the old cars parked in front of it. Man, oh man. Well, this is what the Harris Methodist looks like today out in front of it. In July of 1939, the City County Hospital built a new hospital south of town on land that was donated to them by John Peter Smith, one of the founding fathers of Fort Worth. He donated the land back in 1877. Then they built the new hospital, which was called the City County Hospital at that time. Then November 2nd, 1954, the hospital was changed its name to John Peter Smith to honor this forefather who donated the land for the hospital. Here you can see some of the nurses from the hospital as they were in training, wearing their white dresses and little white caps. One of the nurses with one of the doctors examining a child. This was the polio floor within the pediatric section. This is the old emergency room, which was on the north end of the hospital. You can see here where the old hospital and the new hospital was. The old hospital was with the white brick. Now, of course, the new hospital was back behind it. This is what John Peter Smith Hospital looks like today. In 1937, the Elmwood Tuberculosis Sanitarium was located at New Denton and North Sylvania, in the area where the juvenile detention facility sits today on Kimbo Road. There were several maternity homes throughout the area. They were like birthing centers, and helped with the adoption of the kids that were born. This is just a ad for one of them. The Fort Worth Osteopathic Hospital was originally built on Camp Bowie, but in 1957, it was moved to the facility on Camp Bowie and Montgomery. Then the original hospital was renamed the Boulevard Hospital. When it got moved to the corner of Camp Bowie and Montgomery, it became the Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine and graduated its first class of medical students to become physicians in 1974. And then in 1975, it merged with North Texas State University, now University of North Texas. The Fort Worth Narcotic Farm was a drug treatment facility founded in 1929 to treat the many individuals that were addicted to narcotics, such as heroin and opiates, that became illegal in 1914. Many of these were soldiers coming back from World War I. In 1940, it became an official known the United States Public Health Hospital. Then in 1971, the facility was transferred over to the Bureau of Prisons and is now a medical facility for the federal male inmates. The United States Air Force Base opened in 1954 at Carswell Air Force Base and operated until 1994, when it was closed and the Bureau of Prisons took over the hospital as FMC Carswell. The Northwest Hospital opened about 1954 and operated till about 1990s. Towards the end of its life, it changed its name to the Continental Hospital North. After that, it became a nursing home for a while, then an AIDS clinic, until it was finally closed and demolished. Plaza Medical Center opened in 1976 by the Hospital Corporation of America. Then it was rebranded as Medical City Fort Worth in 2016. And then Medical City Alliance opened up in 2015, also affiliated with the same hospital system. And Harris Methodist Southwest Hospital opened up in about 1987. It is also affiliated with the Texas Health Resources Hospital System and is now known as Texas Health Southwest. Also in 1987, All Saints Hospital built a second hospital here in Fort Worth, down in the southwest side of town, called All Saints City View. When they merged with Baylor, it became Baylor Southwest. Then in 2012, Baylor determined that it was not a profitable hospital, and they shut the doors. Hughley Memorial Hospital opened in 1977, affiliated with the Seventh-day Adventist Church down on the south side of town. Then in 2012, it joined forces with Texas Health Resources, became known as Texas Health Hughley Hospital, which way it operates today. Well, I hope you enjoyed the history lesson. If you did, hit the like button, tell me what you think, leave a comment. We'll see you on the next one.